Well, howdy again.
Hello.
Well, as you can see, it's summer's hit. We're hitting 100 degrees now.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Pretty regularly.
So where's the best place to hang out when it's hot?
By the water.
Which is what we're going to do today. We're going to do two places.
Right.
Yep. So the wetlands, hopefully see some birds.
Right.
And then one of our favorite places to go, Lake Las
Vegas.
For really, really good Mexican food.
Yes.
Sonrisa. So we're going to hit the road, go see if we could see some birds, and go see if we could see some really good Mexican food.
Yes, or at least some chips and salsa.
At least, because they have like the best salsa. All right, we'll see you down the road.
Bye.
So we arrived at the wetlands.
We have arrived, and I know we've arrived because there's a portal.
So you know what that means. We got to go through the portal. So yep, there it is. There's a portal. We're going to let Kathy make the magical run through the portal at this point in time. So again, she may come out in Narnia. You never know. All right, so now we're officially at the wetlands. So here we are at the wetlands, and not only is it a beautiful just refuge for birds and mammals, but we also have a little kids playground with statues. Not as big as what we have in Bootleg Canyon near the railroad, but still kind of cool. So we have a beaver, and then over here we have a frog. So Kat, frog jumps in the water. How deep is it?
I have no idea.
It's knee deep. So yeah, bad jokes. But then Kat discovered another exciting thing here.
A portal.
A portal. So you all know what that means. And through we go. And we have success through the portal. So now we're officially, I guess, at the kids' playground. So Kat, after about a half-mile walk-ish, we're finally up to running water, because you can hear it. Maybe we have wind, so who knows. But we're coming up to the Weir Bridge. So we're going to go see what we can see from the bridge. But just some little fun facts. This wetlands encompasses about 2,900 acres of waterland, home to 300 species of birds and 70 species of animals and mammals and reptiles, and yeah, so we've already seen our first turtle.
Yes, we did.
So we're going to see what we can see as we come up to the bridge. It is really fun. And I'm hoping you guys can hear the water. I'm going to sit over there. Actually, it's running pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I expected. There we go. So let's see what we can see floating in the water. Well, Kat, we're leaving the bridge area. We kind of punked out though. No ducks, no birds, except for a hummingbird. But the nice thing about this is most of the loop you can ride on a bicycle. It's like 15 miles. But there are some places that you go that are just pedestrians only, no dogs, nothing but people walking. And that's the way we're going to go back. And it should be nice and peaceful on the way back.
At the playground, there was a statue of a beaver, and we kind of thought that was unlikely for the desert, but apparently we're finding out that we do have unlikely residents here, one of which is the beaver.
Yep, and they actually moved here from Colorado.
Which I kind of found surprising because in Minot, North Dakota, the Minot State University's mascot is the beaver. So we have some here in Clark County as well.
So as we're walking around Lake Las Vegas, the first time I came here, I saw this bridge and I go, it looks familiar. And the reason it looks familiar is in Florence, they have the Ponte Vecchio, the old bridge. And this is basically a replica of that. So like I said, yeah, and people actually did live on that bridge. The one in Florence was built in 1218, was destroyed in a flood and rebuilt in 1345. It was the only bridge in Florence. So we kind of have a little taste of Italy down in Lake Las Vegas. So we just got to Sonrisas and had a wonderful lunch.
Really good lunch.
Yeah, chips and salsa. I think best I've ever had.
Oh yeah, the salsa's the best.
Yeah. So, funny fact is, I love this place. Authentic Mexican food. One of my favorite meals here, which I didn't have today, but they have the wings. But the wings have habanero mango. Delicious. So, and we want to give a huge shout out to our waitress today, Vanessa. Wonderful service. The atmosphere is great. Everyone here is friendly. And when we walk out the door, we're going to show our appreciation, which we're going to do in just a minute. So, one tradition here after great service, you ring your bell on the way out. So we had lunch. Time to restock on water, right?
Yes.
So they have a little market down here called Seasons Grocery. Fresh fruit, great people, pastries from Chef Fleming, who's also on Water Street, a great chef. But a fun fact that I bet you didn't know about Seasons.
What's that?
Okay, when Celine Dion had a residence here, she lived down in Lake Las Vegas, and she was known to do her own shopping. So every now and then, you might have a Celine Dion sighting at Seasons.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Very. So here's wonderful Lake Las Vegas. Right by the boat rental place, and it hasn't really opened up yet. I think Memorial Weekend is our big opening weekend for Lake Las Vegas. But down here, you can rent, I think almost anything.
Yeah, they have kayaks.
Kayaks, paddle boats, Duffys, which are electric boats. They do dragon boat races. They have like the water jet pack.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, so you can hover over the water. I mean, everything here. And then starting Memorial Weekend over in this area, they have this huge inflatable kids play area, like with slides and everything. So again, we're right before the start of the season, but this is where it's all happening in Lake Las Vegas. Whew, you found shade.
I know, it feels really good.
It's like a 10-degree temperature drop when you find shade. So we've almost come full circle. We ate at Sonrisas, then we went down to the market. There's an ice cream place we can talk about, a Thai place we didn't really talk about. We kind of walked by it. But here is really cool. I've been here one time, and one time only, but well worth the trip. What this here is, here, not open yet, is a little wine and jazz place. And what makes it so interesting, might you ask?
What makes it so interesting?
You actually buy a card. You put so much money on the card, and then you go to like self-serve wine. So you scan your card, and it gives you how much ever wine, and it takes that price off the card.
Well, that's pretty
cool.
Pretty technological. Yes.
Yeah, and you can order like cheese trays and all this stuff. I say the fancy word, but I don't want to. And then they do live music. So out here on the patio, you can enjoy some live jazz, drink some wine, talk about whatever you want to talk about at a wine and jazz club. So wonderful place. Definitely worth a stop to, just for some good wine and some good cheese and great music. Today was by far the hottest one I think we had.
It was.
So
we did a lot of hiking today.
A lot of walking today, yeah. So started at the Wetlands.
Yes.
And we ended up Lake Las Vegas, but the Wetlands actually ends up in Lake Las Vegas.
It sure
almost,
does,
so.
yeah. It kind of backs right up to it.
But
so, people come to Vegas and they think about gambling, and now Vegas is getting into the professional sports, which is kind of exciting.
And expensive.
Expensive. And gambling's expensive too, unless you win.
Our
friend Lloyd.
Lloyd, who always
wins all the time.
Yeah.
But
we are not Lloyd.
No,
it's expensive.
No, it's expensive. But one thing I thought back on the 7 or 8 videos we've done, and I think 75% of them, it was free stuff.
Yeah.
You just got to get there. Yeah. And then the other 25%, the most expensive thing was riding the train in Boulder. It was $10 bucks. Everything else was $5, $2, $1. It didn't cost very much at all.
Where else can you spend a day?
Yeah.
Aside from food, and spend less than $10 bucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, there's a
So-
lot to do in the Vegas area.
Yeah. And I do have one caveat, and I wanted to touch on it earlier, but our friends, the coyotes, were not out people watching.
No.
Like Las Vegas,
We did see a duck, though.
we did see a duck.
Yes.
But people tend to feed the coyotes. Don't do that,
No.
because then they become aggressive and they will actually attack you for food. So don't feed the
And
coyotes.
plus, our diets are not healthy.
Yeah,
They're
no,
not even healthy
no.
for us
So
half the time.
keep your distance, let the wild animals stay wild, and just enjoy seeing them from that distance. So, all right, until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.